Our president, Pearce Gunn, he just wants to say a word or two to you.
We didn't tell him I was your brother.
Not at all.
Right. I can see you've all enjoyed yourself very much indeed. And it was a credit to you. The audience, of course, loved it. That's perfectly obvious. And isn't it a great thing to see that people can enjoy the theatre? You know, and in the last couple of years, it's had things haven't been very good with the theatre. Maybe it was the kind of plays that we're coming up with. But you've demonstrated tonight that there is an appetite for this kind of theatre. And I hope that they will take courage from that and continue to perform as best you possibly can. And I think everybody here should be very proud of themselves, the backstage people and all the other people involved in the production. I've been laughing all night. It's not easy to make me laugh, you know. So I mean, I've always judged plays like that is how much I laughed at the comedies. You know, if I laughed, I knew then they were successful. And if I didn't laugh, they were failures. So, and that has been very accurate all my life. So, I really enjoyed this one tonight, and I would like to thank you all individually. Every one of you, I could see, was doing their best. And that's the whole trick. And everybody puts everything you've got into it. You know, congratulations. You're a credit, an absolute credit. And everybody here should be proud of you.
I'd just like to be associated with Pearce's words there because, you know, we work a bit behind the scenes. We know that this production, you know, has been in place for quite a long time, quite a number of months really. And it has to be that way because to actually get to the standards that the cast achieved here tonight, a huge amount of work has to be undertaken behind the scenes and in the rehearsals on the run up to the production. And of course, that doesn't just happen. It happens because there are an awful lot of dedicated people that work with the cast themselves, even though the cast, of course, in their own right are totally dedicated to the work that they're doing. It also occurs to me that this is a very important year for us because it is our 90th anniversary, and it is quite extraordinary to think that over 90 years ago, it was just 2 years after the founding of the state and after the ending of a terrible civil war. Second World War hadn't even been thought of, you know. And all down through the years, those 90 years, the loft has been beavering away, endeavouring as best it can, because from time to time we're, I suppose, more active than other times, but always pursuing the ideals that Father Flynn had when he founded the Cork Shakespeare Company, the loft as we've all come to know it, all of those years ago, to instill a love of Shakespeare in the hearts and minds, of course, of the young people and adult people too of Cork City. So to just one man we owe so much, and they, as you saw tonight, are inheritors of that great work. Those of us that have been involved in more recent times, and maybe not so recent times now because it occurs to me that we go back into the 1950s, and we've been there ever since. But of course, we're getting to an age now when we're moving along, and we have this wonderful new vibrant generation coming behind us. And that generation of new actors has been headed up by our very talented director, Kieran O'Leary. He is a member of the new generation that will carry the ideals of the loft well into this century. And of course, behind Kieran, or shall we say alongside or with Kieran, he has a very, very strong team. You know, you've seen the stage tonight, and without the setting, without the lighting, the production wouldn't be as good as it was. And for the construction of the stage and the concept of its construction, Aidan Hagerty is responsible for that. The lighting is and sound, which is very, very important, in the very capable hands of Jamie Feely. And of course, our lighting on. And of course our costume designer, all in the capable hands of Margaret Hickey. So, of those of us on the committee, we'll just distribute just a few little tokens. Again, you can just you can do it, Pat. Anniversary year goes on. We will have another production to be announced in November. We've already completed the complete reading of all of Shakespeare's works, all of his 38 plays and sonnets. That was a unique event, again headed up by, I would have to say, Kieran O'Leary, but participated in by a great deal of people, a lot of people that were involved in the loft down through the years, and we're so happy to come back and take a hand in reading all of those plays in 12 hours. I think that was a tremendous accomplishment that was undertaken on the 23rd of last April. So we continue. We continue past this year, this 90th anniversary, and hopefully it won't be too long in 10 years' time when we will celebrate our centenary. So to all of you for coming tonight and the audiences that came during the week, we are eternally grateful, because without your support, this work will not continue. So thank you very much. Thank you.